my channel. If you are new here, my name is Amber Denise. If you are subscribed then, welcome back. So as you guys know, I am on this thing with my channel where I'm transitioning from, not just talking about sister locks to talking about other topics that matter to me and that I feel like can help others. So one of those topics that I do enjoy talking about and speaking about is mental health. And this particular video is a video that I felt led by the Spirit to make. And this video is based off of my past Sunday that I just had, which is why I did not upload anything. And I gave myself the day. I allowed myself to just not do anything. Even though my mind was thinking YouTube, my spirit was thinking rest, refresh, refocus. Rest, refresh, refocus. And I'll be honest with you guys, I spent my whole Sunday literally like with God. And when I say that, I mean I'm listening to my gospel music early in the morning while I made breakfast for my children, and straightened up my house. Watching the new PSALMIST Baptist Church here in Maryland. They had a HBCU concert where all the HBCUs, I don't know if all because there's a lot of them, but a lot of the more, the ones that we know about, Spelman, Morgan, Clark Atlanta, some of the ones I didn't even know about, they all came together and they had this beautiful, beautiful concert that is on YouTube, and I am going to link it in my description bar, because I think if you love to hear music, if you just love to see our young Black people just lifting their voice and singing, and just it touched me a lot, I'm not gonna lie. But if that's your thing, definitely I'm gonna put the link in the bar, the link in the description box. But I watched that. Then I watched the new PSALMIST service, the new Psalm service that the pastor did, how they live stream. I watched that. I even went to sleep watching Howard University. They had a live stream from their chapel when the pastor spoke. So I literally, from the time I opened my eyes Sunday to the time I closed them, spent time with God, in a state of rest. Now, that doesn't mean I wasn't moving around, because I still had to wash clothes. I still had to make sure my kids ate. I still had to do things that I needed to do. But I did it in such a way where I was still feeding my soul. I was still resting. I think a lot of times the word rest gets a bad rep because we think of it as, if I'm resting, I'm not doing anything. If I'm resting, I'm not making money. In the society that we live in, rest always usually gets associated with with bumming it out, right? Like, I gotta hustle, I gotta go, I gotta grind. I gotta be a boss, this, and I gotta be this, and this entrepreneur and CEO, and people who are grinding in our society get a lot of respect. So talking about rest is just like, what are you, lazy? Like, what do you mean? Like, and I know it's a crazy saying in our society that's like, I'll sleep when I'm dead. I got things to do. I got curses to break, and I got, children to leave legacies for. I'll sleep when I'm dead. But I think, and I'm starting to see a lot of, matter of fact, I just seen a young lady this morning on Instagram in the hospital because she, stress, exhaustion, just running herself ragged. And it's like, people are really taking that saying to heart. Like, I'll sleep when I'm dead, but is whatever you're doing worth putting yourself in the early grave? That legacy you're trying to leave behind, that generational curse you're trying to break, all of this great work that you're doing by working and doing something different than generations before you did, what good is that if you are not of sound mind and body to enjoy it or to properly pass it down? Because as we know, stress, exhaustion, not taking care of ourselves, dehydration, all of that stuff is real. It can kill you. It can kill you. High blood pressure, all of these things that don't just come from our diets here in America, but can also just come from our mental state. Us wanting to be the next best this and the next best that we're not taking the time to just chill. And of course, you guys know I always got to bring it biblical. But I first wanted to say what the definition of rest was according to Merriam-Webster, so the regular dictionary. And I have my notes. But so they have the two definitions that I pulled out was to refrain from labor or exertion, and to be free from anxiety or disturbance. So nowhere in that definition does it say that we have to not do anything. You know, like I said yesterday, because I'm making this on a Monday. So yesterday was Sunday. Like, I was moving around my house. I was being productive for what needed to be done to prepare myself and my children for the week ahead. But I was doing it in such a way where I was feeding and resting my mind. I was resting my soul. I was recharging, you know. So rest does not have to look like you're not being productive, you know. So I wanted to just say that. And then I also wanted to, of course, bring it biblical, saying that even Jesus rests. You know, he even would have moments where he would go off by himself. Matthew 14:23, you know, after Jesus had dismissed them, he went up on the mountainside by himself to pray. When evening came, he was there alone. You know, that's resting. You know, you're resting your mind, you're resting your body, you're resting your soul. I think we as a people just need to find time to do that. You know, like I said earlier, we live in a world where go, get it is the norm, and it's something to be celebrated. But when you laid up in that hospital bed because you tried to get a little bit too much without acknowledging that your body deserves that nourishment and that refreshment, what good is that doing? You know, and even in the Bible, it talks about how rest is a gift from God. Hebrews 4:9-11. You know, rest is something that God gives us for our hard work. He knows as human beings we have work to do. Even doing his work, he knows that we need a moment of rest in that. You know, so I'm always finding time for rest. I'm always finding time to just unplug from society. That's why I am such an introvert. Like, I love my house. Okay, if I don't have nowhere to go or nowhere important, I am resting because I am a mother. You know, I am an educator. I have so many people and things dependent on me. But I first have to be there for myself. You know, I first have to make sure that I am physically okay. Even down to taking my vitamins, taking my iron, you know, just making sure that I'm okay. And getting rest is your way of making sure you're okay. There's nothing wrong with it. And I hate that we live in a world that makes us think that it is. So, in this mental health video for today, I just wanted to talk about rest. Again, of course, like I said, y'all know I had to bring it biblical, because the inspiration behind me even making this video today was the rest that I took Sunday and the time that I spent with God Sunday. Oh, and I did read my Bible too Sunday. And I'm feeling led to make the video for somebody, so I hope that this video reaches who it needs to reach. Of course, with any of my videos that I put out, I hope that they reach who they need to reach. And until next time, Amber Denise out. And get you some rest, okay? All right, bye y'all.